Data is used for planning different, routes to speed emergency services to homes, and to get goods and services to markets, and those sorts of things, and of course planning for transportation and highway and housing needs. I mean, in terms of that data, you step outside, and so much around you is influenced by census data, kind of quietly, but it's really true.
He works for the Census Bureau and wants to make sure everyone is counted. Results of the 2020 census will dictate how billions of dollars in federal money are spent. It could determine whether we lose or gain a congressman. In mid-March, you'll start getting mail from the U.S. Census Bureau with directions on how to respond. This census, you can fill it out over the phone, online preferably, or by mail with a paper questionnaire. It's pretty easy and should take you only about 10 minutes to fill out. The first question you're going to see on the questionnaire is how many people were living or staying in this house, apartment, or mobile home on April 1st, 2020. Now be sure, if you are filling out the questionnaire for your household, make sure you're including everyone living under your roof as of that date, April 1st. Make sure you're not missing roommates, people renting space, babies, or young kids, because those are groups that are often undercounted. The next question you're going to see is, were there any additional people staying here? That's just double checking that you didn't miss anyone. Then the questionnaire asks about home ownership and renting. Specifically, if you or someone living there owns the house, apartment, or mobile home with a mortgage or loan, or if it's rented. Then the questionnaire asks for your telephone number, it asks your name, it asks your birthday, ethnicity, sex, race, and then it goes on to ask questions about every person living in the house. The Census Bureau wants to make sure everyone is counted, but only once. Their main message here is it's super important to your community, it's easy to fill out, and your information is safe.
Census data is protected by Title 13 of the United States Code, so that means that the Census Bureau cannot share someone's personally identifiable information, this individual level data with another bureau, another agency, law enforcement, ICE. It's extremely important to the Bureau and to all of us that work at the Bureau that we protect this data.
As you can imagine, the census takes thousands of people, and they're actually looking for more people to apply. So recruiting events are happening from Portland down to Salem over the weekend. In the Portland metro area, they need about 4,000 people to apply, so they've got a lot of hiring to do.